Today, we're talking about something every man has experienced, but most men struggle to read clearly. The signs a woman likes you, but is trying not to show it. It sounds simple, but it's not. Women can be interested and still act distant, cold, or even completely uninterested on the surface. And as a man, that can feel confusing. You start asking yourself, is she into me, or am I just imagining it? This video is going to clear that confusion because here's the interesting thing. When a woman likes a man but tries to hide it, she rarely hides it perfectly. Her words might sound neutral, but her behavior almost always reveals the truth. Some women hide interest because they're shy. Some don't want to look too easy. Others are afraid of rejection, and some simply like making a man prove himself first. Either way, the signs are there if you know how to read them. And that's what you'll learn today. We'll break down the behavior, the psychology, and the small details most men overlook. Things women do unintentionally when they're secretly into you. Little changes in their tone, small slips in their body language, tiny emotional reactions, all the clues that expose how they really feel. This isn't about tricks, mind games, or trying to catch a woman slipping. It's about understanding women better so you can move with confidence instead of guessing. So, if you've ever had a woman act friendly 1 minute and distant the next, if she keeps showing up around you but pretends you don't matter, if she gives you attention but acts like she doesn't care, you're finally going to understand why. By the end of this video, you'll be able to spot the hidden signals most guys miss. You'll know when a woman is pretending not to care, even though her actions tell a different story. Let's get into it. She pays attention. Even when she pretends she's not interested, she pays attention even when she pretends she's not interested. A woman can act like she doesn't care. She can keep a straight face. She can avoid flirting. But if she likes you, she pays attention. And this is one of the strongest signs men overlook. When a woman is secretly interested, she will watch the things you do, the way you speak, what you like, and how you respond to her. She may not say a word about it, but she notices. For example, she might not text you all day, but somehow she remembers something small you said last week. She asks a casual question about your plans, your hobbies, or your family, and she remembers the details. Most men assume this is just normal friendliness. It isn't. Women don't invest mental energy into men they don't care about. If she remembers things you didn't expect her to remember, she's paying attention for a reason. You'll also see this in conversations. She might try to sound neutral, but she asks questions to keep the interaction from dying. She keeps the conversation going even when she acts like she doesn't care. She might ask how your day went, what you're working on, or who you were hanging out with. She may even act casual about it, but deep down she wants to know. Her attention can also show up in how she reacts. If another woman speaks to you, she notices. If you post something interesting, she views it quickly or reacts in a subtle way. She might not comment or make it obvious, but she sees it. A woman who is not interested simply does not observe a man this much. She only does this when she is paying attention on purpose. And sometimes she'll do the opposite. She'll look like she's ignoring you. She'll act busy. She'll pretend you don't exist, but then she mysteriously knows more about you than a woman who talks to you every day. Some women do this because they want to protect their feelings. They don't want you to think they are too available or too excited. They want to stay mysterious, so they hide how much they are noticing. Pay attention to the small things. Did she remember your birthday when you barely mentioned it? Did she notice you changed your haircut? Did she catch a joke or a comment you didn't expect anyone to listen to? That's not an accident. Women reveal interest through observation. They watch your behavior the same way a man watches for beauty or attraction. Her attention is her investment. If she is noticing you, even when she tries to seem uninterested, she likes you more than she wants to admit. 2. Her body language shows what her body language shows, what her words try to hide. A woman can control her words, but her body language is much harder to disguise. When she likes you but tries not to show it, her physical reactions will often betray how she truly feels. This is where men need to look closely, because while she may appear calm, guarded, or uninterested, her body gives away the truth. One of the first signs is eye contact. If she's pretending not to care, she may avoid looking directly at you for too long because eye contact exposes emotion. But the moment you're not looking, she glances at you. She checks your clothes, your posture, your smile, and then quickly looks away if you turn toward her. When a woman has no feelings for a man, she doesn't mind looking at him openly. There's nothing to hide. But when she likes you, she becomes more careful because eye contact feels like a confession. Another sign shows in the way she positions herself. A woman who's secretly interested often faces her body in your direction, even if she acts like she's not paying attention. Maybe she's talking to her friends, but her feet or shoulders are pointed toward you. Maybe she's sitting in a group, but she always ends up near you or finds reasons to stay close. She may not talk to you directly, but her body keeps pulling her in your direction. Then there are the nervous behaviors. When she speaks to you, she might play with her hair, adjust her clothes, or touch her neck. These are instinctive actions that come from wanting to look good without openly trying. Sometimes she'll straighten her posture when you walk by, or fix her appearance when she notices you looking. Even when she tries to appear calm, her body responds to your presence. You might also notice her smiling at things that aren't really funny. She won't laugh loudly or flirt, obviously, but her face softens around you. Her eyes brighten slightly, her expressions become more open, and her voice changes. Women often can't hide the shift in their tone when they're around someone they like. On the opposite side, some women show attraction by freezing up. They become quieter, more serious, or a little stiff around you. This is common when she's shy, nervous, or afraid of revealing too much. Still, her body language gives her away because she reacts to you differently than she does with everyone else. The key is comparison. Notice how she behaves with other men versus you. If her body becomes more subtle, reactive, or sensitive around you, that's not an accident. She is trying to control what she shows, but her body refuses to lie. She acts different around you compared to other men. 3, she acts different around you compared to other men. This is where things get a little controversial because most men assume that if a woman is interested, she will act warm, friendly, and open. But the truth is, many women behave in the exact opposite way around the man they actually like. They might be confident, relaxed, and playful around other men, yet suddenly quiet, awkward, or unpredictable around you. And if you judge her by how she treats everyone else, you'll miss the message completely. Here's the uncomfortable reality. Women care about the men they like. When a woman cares, she becomes cautious. She doesn't want to say the wrong thing, look desperate, or give away too much. So, while she may laugh easily with another guy, she might stay serious with you because your opinion matters to her. She can joke with the guy she doesn't care about, but with the man she actually wants, she thinks twice. And sometimes she does the extreme opposite. She acts uninterested or distant, not because she dislikes you, but because the feelings make her nervous. When she sees you, she acts like nothing is special. But the energy shifts. Her voice might change. Her posture changes. Her behavior becomes controlled instead of natural. That's not how women treat a man they see as just a friend. You might see her go out of her way to avoid giving you too much attention. She tries not to smile too much. She avoids complimenting you. She keeps her replies short. Meanwhile, with other men, she's relaxed and expressive. On the surface, it looks like she likes them more, when in reality, she feels nothing at all. A woman only hides her emotions when she feels something worth hiding. Here's where it becomes even more interesting. She may act different around you when others are watching. If her friends are around, she might become quieter because she knows they will notice how she behaves with you. Women are aware of their reactions. They know when they are blushing, smiling too hard, or acting too excited. So instead of showing interest, they pull back and act neutral. Her behavior can also flip. Some women become extra sarcastic, tease you more, or challenge you, not because they dislike you, but because emotional pressure makes them defensive. It is easier for her to pretend she's not impressed than to risk looking like she's too invested. The key here is contrast. How does she treat everyone else? And how does she treat you? If she acts unusually careful, nervous, or reserved only with you, that's a bigger sign than any direct flirting. Most men miss this because they expect obvious signals, but subtle changes she doesn't show other men, reveal exactly who she's trying not to like. 4. She creates opportunities to be around you. Indirectly around you, indirectly. When a woman likes you but doesn't want to show it, she rarely walks up and says, "I want to spend time with you." Instead, she creates opportunities that allow her to be around you without making it obvious. She might show up where you usually are, join a group you're part of, ask mutual friends about events you attend, or suddenly become interested in something you like. On the surface, it looks casual, but it's intentional. Women don't place themselves in a man's space for no reason. Some men miss this because they expect bold moves. They expect a woman to text first, send direct signals, or start a clear conversation. But when she's trying not to show her feelings, her approach becomes subtle. She might accidentally walk by you multiple times. She may find a reason to stay in the same room longer than necessary. She might ask you harmless questions just to start small interactions. These small actions are her way of staying close without exposing her emotions. The mistake many men make is assuming she's just being friendly. A woman who has no interest won't go out of her way to be near you. If she consistently shows up in your environment, there is a reason. And this is where men need to act with confidence. Don't ignore her or act confused. If you notice she keeps appearing around you, be warm, open, and relaxed. It doesn't mean you chase her or try to impress her. Just acknowledge her presence and make her feel comfortable. When she gives you these indirect opportunities, she's hoping you'll take the lead. Women like options, not pressure. The best thing you can do as a man is keep the interaction natural. Start a simple conversation, make eye contact, and show confidence without trying too hard. A calm, grounded presence speaks louder than any pickup line. But here's the important part. Don't overthink it. If she comes around and talks to you, keep things light and enjoyable. If she watches what you're doing, invite her into the conversation. If she makes excuses to stay near you, let her. The worst thing a man can do is act nervous, desperate, or suspicious. When you stay confident and comfortable, she feels safe letting her guard down. Remember, women who are afraid of showing interest will not take big risks. They create small openings. If you show maturity and confidence in those moments, you make it easier for her to reveal how she truly feels. She gets jealous but tries to play it cool 5. She gets jealous but tries to play it cool. Jealousy is one of the strongest signs a woman likes you, especially when she's trying to hide it. She doesn't have to say a word because her reactions do the talking. The moment another woman gets too close, laughs at your jokes, or gives you attention, her attitude shifts. She may not admit it, and she might never show it directly, but her emotions start leaking through. Some women act quiet and distant when they're jealous. They suddenly lose their playful energy and become more serious, as if they've detached themselves from the situation. They do this to protect their pride. They don't want you to see that they care because that would expose their feelings. Instead of reacting openly, they retreat and act like nothing bothers them. Other women do the opposite. They become more talkative, louder, or extra friendly with other men around you. It's not because they suddenly like someone else. It's a reaction. She wants you to notice that she has options too. She wants to balance the situation so you don't think she's too interested. Jealousy brings out competition in subtle ways, and women express it differently. Sometimes her jealousy shows in small comments. She might ask who you were talking to, but pretend it's just curiosity. She might tease you about another woman or say something like, "Wow, she seems to like you." What she really means is, "I noticed and I don't feel comfortable, but I'm not going to say it directly." It's emotional honesty wrapped in a casual tone. You might also notice changes in her energy. If she was warm and relaxed, suddenly she becomes distant. If she was quiet, suddenly she becomes sarcastic or playful in a sharper way. She might even start pointing out your flaws as a way of bringing you back down to earth. She's not trying to hurt you. She's trying to feel in control. And then there's the silent observation. She watches how you behave with other women. And even if she pretends not to care, her attention is on you. She listens to what you say, how you respond, and whether you seem interested in someone else. Women who feel nothing don't monitor your actions. Women with feelings do. What makes jealousy such a powerful sign is that it's almost impossible to fake. A woman can hide her smile, her compliments, or her attention. But jealousy reveals itself through emotion. It shows up in her tone, her eyes, her questions, or the sudden change in her mood. Even when she's trying to be calm, her reactions give her away. When she feels threatened by the idea of losing your attention, it's because she wants it more than she's willing to admit. 6. Her friends know about you. Even if her friends know about you, even if she pretends they don't, she pretends they don't. When a woman likes you but is trying not to show it, she might keep her distance, act casual, or pretend your presence doesn't affect her. But one place she usually slips is with her friends. Women talk. They share details, emotions, and curiosity with the people closest to them. So even if she's acting cold with you, her friends often know exactly who you are. And the funniest part, they might know before you do. If you ever catch her friends looking at you, whispering or smiling when you walk by, that's not an accident. Women don't bring a random man into conversation. They only talk about a guy who has caught their interest. Her friends become more alert around you because they're curious. They want to see what kind of guy she's drawn to, how you act, how you carry yourself, and whether you seem interested too. Another sign is how her friends behave toward you compared to other men. They might be extra friendly, asking questions, making jokes, or trying to get reactions out of both of you. Sometimes they tease her, sometimes they tease you, sometimes they simply sit back and watch. Friends act like silent judges, analyzing everything, and if they're doing this around you, it means she has mentioned you to them before. There's also the opposite reaction. Her friends suddenly get quiet when you show up. They pause their conversation or glance at her with a knowing look. This is the kind of silence that speaks louder than any words. It means they were just talking about you or something related to you. Women are good at disguising emotions, but their friends usually aren't. You might also notice her friends being protective. They watch how you talk to other women, how confident you are, how you respond to her. They want to know if you're a good option. They care because she cares, and women don't waste emotional energy protecting someone she feels nothing for. If she's shy, she might pretend you don't exist when her friends are around because she doesn't want them to expose her feelings by accident. She stays quiet, avoids looking at you, or acts serious, yet her friends keep sneaking glances to see how you react. The interesting thing is this: when a woman truly doesn't like a guy, her friends don't behave differently at all. They don't stare, they don't whisper, they don't pay attention, they don't care. But when she likes you, the energy changes. Her friends become spectators, and you become the topic of interest. So pay attention not just to her, but to the people around her. A woman can hide her feelings from you, but she can't hide them from her friends. The people who know her best usually give away the truth she's trying to keep quiet. 7, she gives small tests to see how you'll react. One of the biggest signs a woman likes you but doesn't want to show it openly is the way she tests you. These tests are usually small, subtle, and easy to miss if you're not paying attention. She isn't doing it to play games or make you chase her endlessly. She's doing it because she wants to feel secure. When a woman has real interest, she wants to know what kind of man she's dealing with without admitting that she cares. Her tests can appear in simple conversations. She might ask questions that sound casual, but she's studying your answers. She pays attention to how you talk about other women, whether you get intimidated easily or whether you lose your cool over something small. If she asks about your goals, your habits, or the people you surround yourself with, she's not just asking to fill silence. She's checking if you fit into her world. You'll also notice she might pull back just a little to see if you stay consistent. Maybe she takes longer to reply to your messages, becomes a bit quieter, or suddenly stops starting conversations. It's not because she lost interest. She wants to see if your attention is real or temporary. Women do this when they are interested and scared of being wrong. If you panic or start acting needy, it tells her a lot. But if you stay calm and confident, it reassures her. Sometimes she jokes with you to test your confidence. She might tease you or challenge something you said to see how you respond. Women are naturally attracted to men who can handle playful pressure without becoming angry or defensive. If you laugh it off and keep your composure, she notices. If you get insecure or upset, she notices that too. Another quiet test comes when other women are around. She watches how you behave. Do you suddenly change your personality? Do you start seeking attention, or do you stay grounded? Women observe these things carefully, especially when they're trying to hide their feelings. The way you react to other women gives her a sense of whether she can trust you with her emotions. What makes these tests realistic is that women rarely announce them. They won't say, "I'm checking to see what type of man you are." Their behavior is subtle, a shift in tone, a pause before responding. A small disagreement to see how you handle tension. She wants to see your character before she shows her heart. When a woman doesn't care, she doesn't test anything. She doesn't pay attention to how you react because your reactions don't matter. But when she likes you, her guard goes up. She wants to make sure she's choosing the right man, even if she never admits she's choosing at all. Conclusion. When a woman likes you but tries not to show it, her behavior will always reveal more than her words. She might act calm, distant, or uninterested, but the subtle signs tell the real story. Her attention, her body language, her reactions, her friends, and even her jealousy are clues she can't fully hide. Most men focus only on what she says, and that's where they get confused. Pay attention to how she behaves, not just what she speaks. Once you learn to read these signals, you'll never be stuck guessing again. Confidence grows when confusion disappears.